Welcome, everybody. How you guys doing out there? My Disney fans tonight. You guys ready for this?
Let's go.
Yes. I can see the excitement there, you know.
Yes, ready.
All right, so audience, tonight how the show is going to work, it's structured a little bit differently here because this is actually our episode 1 of Classy Collectors. So we've added a lot more here for you guys. We're going to talk about our Disney introduction, just how we got introduced to Disney, some of our favorite experiences and memories. And then we're going to get into some Disney recommendations. You guys are collectors on this channel. You love physical media. We're going to recommend maybe some Blu-rays, some 4Ks, and just have a fun time with some good old Disney movie recommendations. And then, of course, you know, we got to talk some Snow White, at least a little bit. We all saw it. We all gave it, you know, I think a letterbox ranking in there. So I can't wait to talk. But I feel like we're going to have different views on this one, too. So I'm excited for that. And then round 4, we'll have, you know, a good old Disney rant. You know, what pisses us off about Disney. You got to have that in your week, right? You got to rant on Disney a little bit. Just get your week going. But we'll talk about some redemption, too. We like to be positive on the channel. So maybe there's something Disney has done recently to redeem themselves. We will see. We'll find out. And then we'll talk about the future of Disney. Of course, some news stories that have come out about Disney, some controversies, some rumors, some physical media announcements, some wild Disney stuff. So very excited for that, but it's going to be a super fun stream tonight. So audience, I'm going to remind you guys, if you love collecting just like us, go ahead and blockbuster that like and subscribe if you haven't already. I know I'd be checking the analytics. I know 60% of the people are watching, but they haven't clicked that subscribe yet. So please do so, and definitely consider some super chats to support the channel on the next level, or some memberships. That's another fun way to support the channel, and you get a ton of cool perks, and sometimes you get free stuff. I know I had a member sign up the other month, and I'm like, hey, I got a random 3 Musketeers lying around. Hey, you're the highest tier member. Guess what? You get this. Why not? You know, nice. I do that for my members. I take care of my members. So, yeah.
Such a giver, man.
I'll give her. I love giving. Just give all day.
Mega Mike, the giving man.
Yeah. Call me on the streets for sure. Speaking of that member that's getting that movie, Collector Movie Man is right there. Hey, Mike and Huck, an Excelsior movie review. I will be back in a few minutes. A YouTuber I followed just posted a video about something for House of the Dragon. Nice. I love that you're loving that show, Collector Movie Man. I tried that show twice, and I'm still pretty disturbed by it. I will never go back to that show ever again. Yeah.
And just FYI, this guy's name is Nate.
Yeah. I was going to say. Oh, hello, Collector Movie Man as well. Nate?
Did I say Nate?
No, he didn't. Nate. No, he didn't say
no,
Nate.
He's Nate's not in the thing. So I was like,
he didn't want to say hello to me. It's okay. I don't.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Nate.
That's okay. Hey, Collector Movie Man, what's up?
Nate's used to it.
I'm used to people just going by me.
Sorry, guys.
We got Movie Hunter in here, and yes, we're gonna talk physical media, Movie Hunter. I know you love to search out those movies. So we got you covered tonight. Of course, we got Adrian here making it an official stream. We got Uncle Tony in here, Basement Blues, the granddaddy of Disney collecting. Oh, man, he goes way back with Disney. So I know he's a big Disney fan.
I'm scared to talk about it in front of him. So
I know, right? That might be nice.
Psycho, not your daddy. I don't know what that means, but we're going to find out tonight. Yeah. Eli Cortez is in here. Oh, man, we have a great audience here. So I'm so excited for tonight. Let's go ahead and get started here without further ado. Round 1, Disney introduction. So I will start off here. Man, I've just grown up with Disney for as long as I can remember. Ever since I was a little kid, my family had a big VHS Disney collection, the clamshell cases. I mean, most of our movie collection for the family were Disney movies. That's what we were watching. A lot of the animated stuff, but also a lot of live action stuff. I mean, you remember when Disney did some cool live action stuff back in the day? Really good, wholesome family movies, super fun. So I have a lot of those memories. I just grew up watching all of those. And then going to the theme parks. Oh my gosh, the theme parks, Disneyland, right there in Southern California for us, Huck. I'm sure you've gone to Disneyland plenty of times. just going on some of those rides and having those great experiences of family and friends. There was nothing like that before. So Disney has done some amazing work. I don't want that to be overshadowed tonight because I know we'll rant on Disney later. So sometimes they do a little bit of some sneaky stuff there, so they deserve a good rant. But they have done a lot for movie watching and fandom in general. If you look at their whole history. So yes, a lot of fond memories for Disney for me, and I love their merch. I'm always collecting shirts and hats and just having a good time with them. So yes, very excited to talk some Disney here. Nate, you got some good old Disney memory. Hey, we met each other in person at Disney World. I got
that's right.
Yes, experience.
Yes, the one time we met in person, Magic Kingdom. Rode some rides. It was a good time. I too grew up on Disney. My family was not big movie we didn't have a family movie collection. Like they bought me and my sister some movies, and they were mostly Disney. So, and the funny thing is, I grew up on some of the ones that, like, when I talk to people now, especially my age group, they're not the ones they love. Like, I love Bambi. That was one that I owned, so I've seen it like probably more than anyone. And every time I ask them, they're like, I don't really like that one. I'm like, well, I love it. So I grew up on Disney movies. The live action ones, like you said, I've saw, oh my God, so many of them at the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and Cool Runnings and Heavyweights. And like, I grew up watching those movies. I am an annual pass holder down here in Disney World. So I'm going Thursday, as a matter of fact. So I love the parks. I've been to Disneyland once. I mean, I've only been to California once, but I made sure I went to Disneyland. So I love a lot about Disney, and I'll just leave it there until we get to the other parts.
And I know you were disappointed with the size of Disneyland, right? In comparison to Disney World.
So I will say this, and this is a true story. First of all, I like DCA, and I feel like a lot of people don't love it that much. I thought it was cool because it was totally unique from anything we have down here. So I love the Cars Land, and I didn't like that Spider-Man ride too much, but everything else was really cool. Disneyland, I loved just the castle. I was like, I saw it in the distance, and I'm like, maybe it's just small because it's far. And then I was getting closer, and I was like, nope, it's just little. But other than that, I think it's very charming. I actually like the amount of rides they got into that small footprint is crazy, because Magic Kingdom is huge, and there's maybe 1/5 of the rides there. So just the castle was a little disappointing, but everything else I loved, actually. So I thought it was great.
It was a miniature when he saw it. Hey.
Yeah, it was just little. It looked like a fun house for you do a kid's birthday party at the Magical Castle or something.
It is a different castle though, because it's Sleeping Beauty's castle, right? And the other one's Cinderella.
We have Cinderella's castle.
Right?
Yes, and it's massive, and there's a restaurant in there and a hotel room, and it's humongous. But it was cute. I had no problems with it. I was a little shocked. It was just kind of little.
But the children, though, these places look huge.
Big to them. Oh yeah, I went there when I was a kid. I wouldn't have known the difference, honestly.
Yeah.
Disney had to start somewhere, so they started small. Look, before yours came around in Florida, this was pretty big.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. And now ours is small compared to the one in China. That one is even bigger. So there you go.
There you go.
All right, Huck. How did you start off with Disney?
Oh, look. All right, some of the old timer here. So I'm going to tell you, for me, Disney was a great part of growing up because, man, and this is also back in the day, your parents just drop your ass off the theater and leave. And I was like, I was 8. It's later. I was like, I dreamed of doing that with my kid. But it was just the Apple Dumpling Gang, Escape to Witch Mountain, the Shakey's Good in the West, all these kind of Don Knotts movies. Those live action movies were really as far as film goes, my real love for Disney. I Snow White, and Cinderella, those things, those were okay to me, but it was that live action fun, especially if it had Tim Conway from Cal Burnett, which I watched as a kid and loved. He's in those Apple Dumpling Gang movies. That was my jam, and then the Kurt Russell stuff, where he's the world's strongest man and the computer that wore tennis shoes and all that jazz. Yeah, man, I love that stuff. And of course, going to the parks was huge. Growing up, I was in Louisiana, so we would go to Disney World all the time. So my family would often go there for summer vacation. And man, those rides were great. We even got to stay at the hotels a couple of times. That was jazzy, and then And then, of course, moving here, you get to experience Disneyland, equally as fun and cool. And so much so that even on our honeymoon, before we took off on our cruise, we spent 2 days at Disney World. That was great. And then even going on a cruise with our daughter 2 years ago, because they all go out of Florida, we went to Disney again. But instead of doing the Magic Kingdom, because we did Disneyland here, so to avoid a little bit of repetition for even our daughter, probably hadn't even gone since she was like 8, so it doesn't matter anyway. But we chose the Animal Kingdom and the movie studio because we had never done
Hollywood Studios.
That's my favorite. Yeah,
and those were terrific. But I will tell you, when it came down to the day of, dude, the Animal Kingdom was so much better than the Hollywood thing. Hollywood thing was okay. It also rained a lot when we were at the Hollywood, so that's okay. But there was something like really amazing, like that, because I expected the animal thing to kind of be the lamest thing, and yet it had so much charm. And that Avatar ride, hands down, probably the greatest ride I've ever rode ever in my life. It was phenomenal. It's like you were literally hopping on one of those banshees and flying it through Pandora. So yeah, so I have a lot of love and connection to the parks and the movies and all that good stuff.
All right, Steve, how about you?
Yeah, so I mean, Disney is extremely important to the cinema world. I mean, more than a lot of people would think. I mean, by the time my sister's like 5 years younger than I am, so she was really into Disney a lot more than I was. By the time I was like 13 or so, I was kind of past the animation part of it. But there I have some films in my list here, some older movies that I think are classics, and they're the ones that people always, when they ask me what my favorite Disney films were, it was some of these movies, and I'm not going to mention them yet, but I obviously, Fantasia was huge to see that as a kid, and then we finally went to Disney World when I was like almost 19 at the time. Like I said, my sister's 5 years younger, so I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more if I were much younger. But and now that they have Disney, they have Star Wars and Marvel. It's a completely different experience, and I probably would have enjoyed it so much more. But like I said, I've been to Disney World and one time in Florida, and for me at the time, I think I enjoyed going to Universal a lot more than I did the Disney at the time. But I mean, it was more of an adult park, and it had like the Hard Rock Cafe and all that stuff. But Orlando was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. And I wish I would have seen all the other like Animal Kingdom and those parts. I think I would have enjoyed it so much more because I thought at the time
you got to go to Epcot. They can teach you about growing plants and language, and you can learn, and then ride Guardians of the Galaxy. It's really fun.
That's right.
And that's like the food place.
You can drink it.
Drink around the world, be totally hammered, and then get on Frozen. It's a great time.
Good. I always like going to London. I'm like, oh look, there's a coal box. That's totally okay. There's a coal box. That's Australia. Exactly. But yeah, go to the call box, grab a brewski at the pub. It's so good.
Get on the rides with.
That's like this. That's like the Floridians. A lot of Floridians like favorite park secretly is Epcot. They just they love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could check it out again.
You got to.
Collector Movement says they told me it wasn't ready yet. Animal Kingdom, and I was so sad. I've been waiting to go back to Disney World since.
Wow,
it's worth it, Dave. It's so worth it.
We're getting an Indiana Jones ride there too soon.
And that's fun. Yeah.
In Animal Kingdom. Yep.
Yeah, they took out all the Dino Land, right?
Really?
Yeah,
I love that Dino ride. That ride was awesome.
It's still open.
Is Disneyland better? Would you say better than Disney World? I mean, it's the original, right?
I'm way a Disney World person. They have way more rides.
We have more parks. Disneyland is like one park with 50 rides in it. It's pretty impressive, actually. But it's like apples and oranges. They're both delicious fruits. It just depends, which one you feel like having.
See, that's also why Disneyland always feels crowded, though, because it's so much smaller. But like the same amount of people go that would be going to Disney World. It's like
true.
I was disappointed it didn't have more like rides, like roller coasters and stuff. That's how I was into that by that time, into the roller coaster stuff, and I thought, I'm just not seeing that here.
For the longest time, more of that Space Mountain was like their only roller coaster thing.
Right. My sister and I rode that ride like over and over again. So this one again.
We got the Tron now. We got the Tron roller coaster. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Oh.
I mean, we got a few. Universal is the place if you want to go on roller coasters.
That's
go to
true.
Universal.
Right.
And with Epic Universal,
Oh my
out.
God! Listen, my
Ooh.
job is right near Epic Universe, and they're only doing previews right now, and the traffic is already horrendous, and I'm already upset about it. I tried to go to Dunkin' Donuts this morning before work. I couldn't even go over to that lane because people were driving to Epic Universe. It was crazy.
Wow.
I can't wait to go though. By the way, can't wait to go there.
All right, wow. Looks like we all love Disney. See, Disney has good stuff. Yay.
It's part of history.
Yay. And now the rant.
we're getting there. We're getting there. You know, we build the audience up just to
Build it
bring
up
it
and
down
tighten
later.
it down.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into some Disney recommendations. Nate, I know you always have some great recommendations. So what do you got here?
All right, I have 3. I only have 3. I'll go quick. One is it's an animated classic. It is my favorite. I went with my favorites and then one other one. So I went with my favorite animated and my favorite live action to this point. So my favorite animated is Beauty and the Beast, 1991's classic. As far as collectible type, this is a steelbook that was very.
Oh, I see.
Oh, let me zoom in on that sucker. That looks
That's nice.
It's like the stained glass.
Ooh, Mr.
And then
Fancy Pants.
on the back, just the classic.
That's
Beauty and the
serious.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, when I saw this, I was like, I'm buying it. I don't even care. My favorite animated film of all time, period. Any studio, doesn't matter. Holds up extremely well. Songs are great. Everything about it. Huge fan. So if you have kids, maybe they've never seen. To me, it is quintessential. Disney, it was right in that Renaissance period in the early 90s, like late 80s, early 90s, from like Little Mermaid through like Mulan, where they were really just like knocking it out the park. Every single movie that came out. The first animated film nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture. So historic in that regard. Absolutely love it. As far as live action, and this is crazy because this is one of the earlier ones, but to this day, I think it's the only one that perfectly translated animated to live action, and that's Cinderella. This, of course, directed by Kenneth Branagh. I'll show it there. Kenneth Branagh. There's another steelbook too. Then got the slipper. Got the slipper on the back. To me, I thought Lily James was a great find for Cinderella. You cannot go wrong with Cate Blanchett. I really don't care. She could be in anything, and she's probably going to be the best part of it. And she's fantastic as the stepmother. Kenneth Branagh added that sort of his style, right? Because he came from doing a lot of Shakespeare stuff, and he did the same thing with Thor. And I feel like he did it with Cinderella as well. I think the direction is great. It's not a musical like the original Cinderella. There only is like 2 songs in the whole thing. Really, it's not really a musical, and that kind of works in its favor. It just feels like a regular movie. I think they did it where it's the same story, but they added enough, and they didn't add a lot of the things that were annoying. Like it did not feel like forced. It just kind of felt like a natural expansion of the movie. So that's my favorite to this day. I don't think they've come close. Like I thought Jungle Book was great, but I think that came out before Cinderella, or maybe it was after. I don't know, but that one's also really good. And then my last one is, because we're talking about it, you know what? If you want to watch a great Snow White movie, you could check out Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This is a 4K, so it's on 4K, and actually these 2D animated movies look fantastic in 4K. They look great on Blu-ray too, honestly, but so this is the 4K of that one. And Huck, to you said something, I think, like, I agree, that's not my favorite of the animated movies, and I did not grow up watching it. It's one of those more like I respect it more than I love it, but I do like it, and I think it's classic, and I think it's important. And show your kids and show your friends who've never seen it. It's like you must watch it because it's the first one, right? That really like even put animated films on the map.
Started it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So those are my
just
3.
looked that up.
I actually
1937.
watched it again yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For
And that one has, and Snow White has some great singing in that, and she sounds kind of funny at some of the parts, but it's great. It is great. Not my favorite, but great still. So those are my 3 recommendations.
And Beauty and the Beast, remind me, that was nominated for Best Picture, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Right. And that was when there was only 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the expanded 10. So it was the first animated film nominated for Best Picture.
And
Um,
and I feel like
90s.
since now animation has its own category, I don't think we're ever going to see one in that
I
category.
know, and I hate
So,
that. I'm like,
so
get
not only
rid
is
of
it
that
the
category.
first, it is the only. And that's
Yeah, it was and well
Wild
deserved.
Robot. Like Wild Robot should have been like a Best Picture
Mhm.
nomination. Out of some of the stuff that was there, come on.
Yeah.
But come on, Amelia Perez.
Yeah, we
Just
gotta get those Amelia Perez.
That's what I'm saying.
Get me started.
All right, let's keep it on track. Keep it on track.
All right, Steve, what's your recommendations?
Oh, I'm going next. Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm going to go next because I've got 3 films here that, like I said, when people ask me what my favorite Disney movies were, I'd always mention these and they'd say, "What?" Because they would expect animated movies, and so and Nate already kind of mentioned this one already, but it's Tron, 1982.
Ooh.
I don't know if you mentioned this classic movie, man. I like the sequel. They have another one coming out, Tron Ares. It's coming out this year.
Mhm.
But the original is the animation in this, as far as really crude now, but using really kind of computer generated. I think something like some animation like that. That I still love this. Jeff Bridges, that's a great one. It also has the woman that's in Caddyshack is in this movie too. The Lacey, who plays LeBron. I think she's passed away now. And I always mention this too. Like, so this is the only Disney movie club movie I have. It's The Black Hole. I always watch this. Just a strange kind of science fiction, odd, really kind of scary. It's stuff. It was 1979. Just was Robert Forster, I think, is in this movie, and it has what they see on the ship, the people, or how they're being used, the crew and stuff like that. How all that's really kind of creepy in the movie. And then the third movie here, I just thought about this one today because I don't think anybody would think that this director ever did a Disney movie, but it's actually the late David Lynch did a movie called The Straight Story. This is a Disney movie, and I think you actually still watch this on Disney Plus, I believe. But this is like, you can watch this with the whole family. Like, you would never believe this is David Lynch. Just do something it's the most, just the most wholesome kind of movie you can watch. Like it has
Is that the one where the guy rides his lawnmower across the country to like meet his brother or something?
Yeah, his brothers.
I've heard about it. It looked kind of good.
Yeah, it's just a strange. Richard Farnsworth, if you've seen Misery, the sheriff looking for James Caan in the movie. That's the guy that plays this. And I think he passed away like a year after this movie was released. I think if you read it, I think there's some backstory there. But yeah, it's very, very normal. It's like anybody that watches this, they'll ask, "This is a David Lynch movie?" Like, it's nothing like in the other 9 movies that he made that were really more like scary thrillers and surreal. It's not like that at all. It's just very like, you wonder how this guy was able to ride cross country on this thing, and I don't know, but it's when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. Like I said, it's not anything like stuff you would expect from David Lynch. So I recommend people check this out. Like I said, I think it's still on Disney Plus. So if you can watch it with the kids, it's like it's nothing. You can't do that with any other David Lynch movie, but you could with the Straight Story. So that's my recommendations. Yeah.
I'm convinced there, Steve. I want to watch that one.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. Like, that's my kind of movie.
Yeah, the first time I saw it was last year. It was before I did the David Lynch ranking. I was like, because I heard about it. Like, it was hard to find it. It's like it's all regions, but it was like, I think it's from Imprint, so it's
Australia.
From Australia, yeah. But it plays on any Blu-ray player, so I enjoyed it though.
All right, Huck.
All right, so what I'm going to do, look, I love all the animation. I'll just tell you what my favorites are. Like, for me, it was Little Mermaid. Like, when that came, that sort of, it reignited Disney, right? It's because they really were kind of not doing well. And if this didn't do well, we may not even be talking about Disney right now, other than remember that company and they have nice theme parks. So yeah, kudos to that. And then they just, like Nate, like you said, they kept making bangers, with Aladdin and Lion King and all that stuff. Plus, I love the 2D animated drawing, the hand-drawn stuff. Just you could feel the artist's passion in every frame. Not that the digital artists aren't, talented and have that same passion, but there's something about feeling that drawn thing. But the movies I'm going to talk about is because I want to shine a little light on the other side of Disney when they finally started making adult movies. So we're
Wait, how adult here?
So we're going to start with the Touchstone,
Oh, Touchstone.
and we're going to go with Ruthless People. And so not only are these recommendations, but they're also simultaneously things I'd like on Blu-ray. So this is a super funny flick. If you haven't seen it, it's like Judge Reinhold and Helen Slater, the delightful Supergirl herself, kidnap Bette Midler to get money because they're down and out, right? And Danny DeVito, though, he's such a louse, he could care less. Like, he won't pay her ransom, and she's like, "What?" And just the dynamic of watching the kidnappers with Bette Midler and Danny DeVito not caring. It's literally a very ruthless type bunch. And this is just super funny. And I would love to see this comedy. I can't believe it's not even like when they had the Disney Club. I was shocked that it wasn't an exclusive to the club, because I would have probably joined the club just to get that.
Right.
Next up, Mike, you'll love this. So again, this is from Touchstone, and this is Noises Off. Mike's favorite.
Gosh.
Now listen, Mike doesn't like this for some reason, but I will have to tell you, I think if you're a theater kid, like I'm a theater person, I've done lots of theaters and stage plays and all that stuff, and the more connected you are to that world, the funnier this is. And I realized that when Mike didn't find this funny, I'm like, "You didn't do plays, did you?" And he says, "No." I'm like, "Because Fish, our buddy Fish, the film guy, Fish and I did plays. He finds this hilarious." So I think if you appreciate the antics that go on behind the stage, I'm telling you, I was bawling with laughter just knowing that I've seen this happen before. And it's just Noises Off. Sorry, Mike, I know he's not his favorite, but I will praise this to the
Man, I was bawling with tears of boredom. And so I still have my Noises Off DVD. If anybody wants to become a high tier member tonight, you get that little surprise.
Give it away. So he'll give it away out of spite, and I'll be happy you're receiving it out of joy.
Nice.
And then I'm just actually going to do two more. And this one's strictly because I want to see this also on Blu-ray. And again, this one's a Buena Vista label. So this is another one of their sister labels. And that's While You Were Sleeping. A very adorable rom-com. Bill Pullman, Sandra Bullock. It's when she was like coming into her own, after Speed and all that jazz, some of those rom-coms under her belt, and she's just absolutely adorable. And Peter Gallagher's in this also, and he gets sort of knocked out, and she takes him back home, and he doesn't really know who she is, but they all think she's his girlfriend. But she's not. And of course, she's kind of like more infatuated with Bill Pullman. It's like a very convoluted love triangle kind of story, but I think it's super.
Wouldn't be a rom-com if it wasn't.
That'd
be some crazy.
And lastly, because I freaking love this movie, I don't care what anybody says, Touchdown right here, Harrison Ford and Hayes, 6 Days, 7 Nights. This is a good time. David Schwimmer did this film as well. As one of the first things he did while doing Friends, and he's hilarious in this film. He's basically this pilot, and he's taking her, to this island so she can decompress and all this jazz. But of course, he crashes the plane, and antics ensue, and only Harrison Ford can get her out of it. And of course, he uses his pilot skills, which is kind of funny because he has also crashed his own pilot.
Yeah, you can relate to that.
Multiple times, But I just love this movie. This is another one that I'm just so sad it's not on a Blu-ray. I don't need any of these on 4K. I'm not even wishing that high up. I just want a nice Blu-ray. So 6 Days, 7 Nights. I recommend that. So I just want to give a little love to their ancillary labels.
What was the other one too? Hollywood Pictures. That was also
Buena Vista Pictures. Yeah, and Hollywood. Yeah, I just didn't have any of those on standby.
Those are all their movies for not for kids.
Yeah. But you know what? But all these could easily be on their platform because heck, they've got Deadpool and Wolverine, which is as R-rated as you get. That is as dirty as nothing in my hand comes close to Deadpool and Wolverine. So come on, let's get them on there, man. Give us that button on your freaking app, or I'm out of here.
They should put the categories like how HBO Max does, like TCM, Criterion, whatever. Disney should have like Hollywood Pictures, Buena Vista Pictures, and then just like Touchstone, and then let you watch what you wanted there.
You're expecting too much from them, Nate.
Yeah, you're right.
But think of all these movies they made that aren't animation. They're just it's like they don't. It's like they just act like they never made them. There's no love. There's no attention. There's no care put towards anything that they did outside of their stupid Disney label. It's like, oh, it's not going to be those kid movies. Sorry,
Yeah, everything-
pull it back.
Save it for the right.
I know, right?
Everything's getting a Blu-ray release now too. Like, and I don't know if does Sony own any of that? Is it just Fox that Sony bought the rights to, or is it everything?
No, Sony's doing distribution for Disney. But I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do those. They could. I mean, well, we're talking about it later, but like Tombstone, just for example, that is one of those labels. So I mean, it could happen.
Right. Finally.
All right. Well, I got some recommendations too. Not as much as you guys. I got a couple recommendations here, but I will show the greatest Western of all time, made by Disney, and it's not Tombstone. You got to have holes. I love this movie.
You need holes. There you go.
I read that book in high school.
I tried reading the book, and then I got it wasn't as good as the movie, so I put away the book, watched the movie again. This movie is a masterpiece. It's in my top 10 favorite movies of all time. This movie is perfect for any age. I mean, the characters have such a personality in this movie. Each character, it's like, you know, their nickname, they're unique, they're funny, and it's just a really good movie. I mean, the music is fantastic too. They have all their like kind of rap songs in there as well, which is really fun. You have the lore of like Madame Zeroni, and you got to carry the pig up the mountain and all of that. It has fantasy elements to it as well. And yeah, everything. This movie is perfect in every way. There's not one negative about this movie. So, Holes, if you haven't seen it yet, I got to keep bringing it up because you haven't watched it yet. I'm telling you,
I know.
This movie is life changing.
I've heard it's great.
I got this because
Are you serious?
I've never seen it. I only read the book.
I've never seen it. Yeah. So yeah, I know we're blowing your mind, Mike. We're blowing your mind.
What is that
to watch it? My brother loves it, and he yells at me every time. Like, have you watched it yet? I'm like, not yet.
Oh, good.
Listen, I'll tell you, there's a reason why next week, Mike, on my 52-week movie challenge, it is movies that the kids are the star of, and I made that specifically so I would watch. There's no Goonies isn't on the list because you rave about Holes. I made that week so I could watch Holes. So next week I will finally watch it.
This is Shia LaBeouf's best performance. This movie put him on the map. After
that's not saying.
Okay, he's done some good stuff, Peanut Butter Falcon and all that, but this is the top. This is his top performance here. So
I want to watch it. But...
Exactly. You did it right the first time.
I hope he's done good stuff.
It was like Even Stevens, Holes.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad I didn't say any spoilers then. Oh my gosh.
I know. And Steve, I didn't see. Did you see it either?
Never seen it, no.
Man, watch along. That
looks like it's a big hole in our watching.
Is it on Disney Plus?
See what I did there?
Oh, and another cool thing about it too, it does flashbacks better than any other movie of all time. Like if you want to do flashbacks correctly, it's Holes. Simple as that. No other movie does flashbacks as well.
So what's better, Holes and Mike, you're the only one that can answer this. Holes or The Sandlot?
That's not even a question. That doesn't even compute here. Sandlot's not even in my top 1,000, and this is in my top 10.
Wow.
So let's be real now. But we gotta have serious questions, Huck. Man, I take Holes over the Dark. No, I won't take it over the Dark. That was too much.
By the way,
I'll take it over Infinity War.
By the way, directed by Action.
Oh yeah, this is my top 10 favorite of all time movies. All-time movies.
It's directed by action director extraordinaire Andrew Davis of The Fugitive.
Oh, is that right?
Under Siege fame.
Hey, Private, get my pies out of the oven. Check my pies. Greatest Seagal moment ever.
Yeah. He's a sturdy director, so I want to check it out. It's on my list of like movies to check out.
Andrew Davis did The Package with Gene Hackman as well.
Yeah, Collateral Damage and A Perfect Murder, and he did some good stuff.
Davis was great, man.
Yep.
Good ones, Joel.
Obviously.
All right, so not on the level of Holes, but I got to recommend an animated title too. I know a lot of people don't like this one. It's more of kind of the dark ages of Disney, but I've always really liked it because it was different. I'll go with The Black Cauldron. This movie gets no respect, and I really like this one. It's fantasy, dark elements in there. It's kind of creepy with some of the villain characters they have, but you got the cute little doggy too, which is always like the best. So yeah, I really like this one. I haven't seen it in a quick minute, but I remember really enjoying this one as a kid because it was something different. I'm like, I'm tired of all these Disney princess movies that play out the same way. I'm like, give me something different, and this was something different. So very cool. Let's do a live action of this. That's what they need to do. Let's go, Disney.
I don't know. I think that was a huge bomb for them. So I don't think they will ever.
Exactly. That's why nobody will care if it,
They probably won't remake it. That was in the dark 80s time where it was like The Great Mouse Detective and Oliver and Company and that. People were like, I don't like this. And then Little Mermaid saved the day.
Oh man, no. This over Little Mermaid. Let's be real now. Come on now.
So do any of the Disney Movie Club releases have any special features? This one has nothing on it.
Oh no, they're pretty bad releases.
Bare bones. It's like nothing.
I mean, they're not even like proper Blu-rays. Half of them, like they say Blu-rays, but I feel like they didn't really put any treatment into these Blu-rays.
Port that right off from the DVD.
It's a DVD rip on a 25 gig Blu-ray disc.
Only the best from Disney
with the yellow spines.
That's why we need 4Ks of both of those. Yes, 4K steelbooks. Let's go. All right, there we go. So those are our recommendations, and now we got to show our collectibles. Yay for collectibles! You guys have your collectibles?
Those were my collectibles.
I included it with the steelbooks. I don't collect like Disney.
Oh, you guys didn't bring any like collectible?
I don't have any Disney books.
I don't have any. I don't have
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This would be nice to know before the show.
Well, look,
I have all these collectibles around me now.
It's a collectible steelbook.
Well, okay, well, I will show you.
Collectible?
Okay.
You can collect it.
Nightmare Before Christmas bag.
He's got a whole.
Very nice. Yeah.
There you go.
Just go full screen, Mike. We're gonna go to the bathroom.
I mean, you got to have your Captain America bucket with the shield.
Here we go.
There you go. Look at that.
Were you not excited? I have some Marvel stuff.
Okay, let's see.
I don't know where it is.
The Mufasa.
Oh my God, Mike! What are you doing?
Look at how convenient it is just to eat popcorn out of this. Like, look at that.
Where did it go?
So easily.
Where does the popcorn go?
In the top here.
You gotta have a real tiny hand
to
get popcorn out of there.
Yeah, Mike, can your hand even fit in there? Your hand is. Look at that. Get stuck in there like crap.
Pour it out.
Look at this. Look at this craftsmanship, though. Look at that.
Did you say craftsmanship?
Look
that
at
was
this
for
quality.
Mufasa, right?
This is premium regal plastic right here. Look at all those rocks.
I think they still sell those at my theater because they didn't sell out. They're still there.
I know. I got it 50% off. That's the only reason why I got it.
Yeah. You didn't get the Moana nacho bucket? The nachos? The boat?
Oh, I haven't seen that one. No. Anyway, okay, this is cool. Legos, and you got a VHS of the Little Mermaid. Look at that.
That is cool.
Oh, that is cool.
See? There you go. See. And then, of course, you got to always have a pop to bring back the great memories of this amazing movie. Look at little MODOK from Ant-Man.
Best character in that movie.
Dude, you got to have them. Remember those memories? Just the greatest, like kind of start the phase 4 or whatever,
Wow.
The best phase.
That character was hilarious.
So, Mike, you're telling me of all your pops, you don't have like a Lion King, Little Mermaid, Aladdin. All you have is MODOK.
MODOK from Quantum.
I have so many Disney pops. It's not even funny. I have hundreds and hundreds. I was not going to grab them all, but I remember you guys just love the MODOK so much. So, like, for your guys' memories.
You know what I have that's a collectible that I didn't think of? I have like the pass holder magnets from being an annual pass holder. Those are cute, but now they're too far. I won't be getting them.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really buy too many Disney things other than when I'm shirts. I have a bunch of like t-shirts and stuff, but
you're wearing the shirt today?
Yeah, I got Goofy, Mickey.
I got all the Disney villains. Look at this.
We don't even have that, huh, Steve?
Disney villains.
Like, I'm not going to pay for merch.
Okay. Well, because everybody was so prepared there. We'll move over to round 3. Snow
we were
White.
prepared because we had-
Yes, let's talk some Snow White. So I'll
Oh,
start.
here's a
off here.
collectible. Here's a
Oh.
collectible. I have a
Oh.
Christmas ornament from Mickey's
there
Very
you
Merry
go.
Christmas Party.
Look at that.
Look at that. Beautiful. Still in the wrapper from the 50th anniversary. Look
There
at
you go. See?
that. All right. There you go. Now I joined you on the collectible train.
I'm glad I didn't grab more. I'm like, oh, is this too little? I thought I was going to have a little pile tonight.
You're like, oh, I don't want to overshadow the fellows.
I know, right? Wow. All right, so Snow White discussion. Yes, we all saw Snow White. I brought the whole family for this experience. I went to the luxury theater. I paid extra for, premium theater, reclining chairs. Got my Snow White cup. We had to be, have something there to drink, of course. And so I saw the movie, and I don't really remember the animated movie, so I can't really compare here. That was a long, long time ago. Long time ago.
It, Mike.
I'm not as young as I used to be, Huck, I tell you. So, just going into this one kind of blind, I thought it was decent. It was fine. I gave it a 3-star on Letterboxd. Definitely watchable. People that say this is an abomination, 1 star, you have not seen Skinamarink, okay? This movie is watchable. I did kind of like the look to this movie in some moments, like being in the mine world and seeing like the gems, like that was really cool. Like seeing everybody in their costumes, it felt like Snow White in a way. So I thought some of the effects worked. Of course, I'm sure you guys will rant on some of the other effects here. Some of the effects were a little, what am I looking at here? I don't know what's going on exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, tee that up. What grotesque thing are you referring to?
Okay, so let's just come out and say, okay, the 7 dwarfs, the 7
Nightmare
dwarfs,
fuel,
right?
Yeah.
Now, I personally would have preferred if they went with real people. I think that would have worked better, right? I know there was that controversy behind it. They didn't want to do that, but I thought it would have been better if they had real people. It just would have worked better.
Yep.
Like this was very not uncanny valley, you could say. It was very like my mind hurts now. I'm getting a little bit of a headache. And some of the characters, you know what dwarf pissed me off the most though? Dopey was terrible. Personality wise, I remember, maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but wasn't he used to be like the funny dwarf?
He was the dopey one.
I think so.
Yeah, but like
you know,
comedic, like you would do comedic things. I didn't feel like he was very comedic in this movie. Like I felt like he was like getting picked on all the time, like being bullied. And
we had to feel bad for him. He could have his big moment.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like he was ever like charming, funny. Like
I think it's because he had hair this time.
So that one threw me off. The other personalities worked okay, but the casting was terrible. Rachel Zegler, and I was a okay fan of her before in like Shazam 2. I thought she worked in Shazam 2, but not in this role. It just didn't work. It didn't work for me. The singing, I didn't. The hair, and then the Gal Gadot. No. Once again, what is this? It didn't work like this. I think the casting was the worst part of this movie for me. It just didn't work. Like I felt the performances were kind of stale half the time. Yeah, the music was pretty forgettable. Except like the working one, I'm like, okay, that one's kind of catchy that they took from the classic movie. That's fine. Off to work we go. Okay. But the rest of them I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then some of the stuff in there looked really cheap, like the box where the heart goes in. That looked like the popcorn bucket. Like it just looks like a plastic, here's the popcorn bucket from Regal, and I'm like, can't they make it a little bit more like metallic with a shine to make it look a little bit more like
her
Regal?
Dress looked really cheap too, like Snow White's dress.
Yeah,
it did not look like a movie dress.
It didn't look like they spent too much money on it, but they spent a ton of money on this movie. That's the weird thing.
Just not that dress.
No, I think they did spend money on it. It just wasn't effective. Like,
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. It looks like the cartoon, but it looks cheap.
Exactly. Yeah.
Party City.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They got her a
exactly.
Party City dress of Snow White. Like, it's good enough.
Exactly.
Spirit Halloween had a sale. So
Because if you
Yeah,
notice, like
there
the
you
stuff
go.
she wears earlier in the movie looks like movie costumes, and
Right.
then that is like,
point.
what's going on? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So by the end of the movie, I thought it was fine. Once again, very watchable. I don't need to rewatch it a whole bunch more times. I don't need to add the 4K. Don't need a steelbook on this one. All right. How about you guys? Nate, did you give it a? Oh, that did not look good.
All right.
What did you give it here?
You know what I like to do in my reviews? I always like to give positives first because even if I don't like a movie, I try to find stuff that I did like. There's some positives here for me, and I was surprised because I never go into a movie wanting to hate it. I think that's a weird way to watch movies. I want to like it. I'm going to spend 2 hours here, and they sometimes just don't deliver. So on the positive side, I'm gonna disagree a little with you, Mike, on Rachel Zegler. I don't think she was necessarily the best choice for the role. However, I liked her singing. I think she sings really good. If she could do nothing else, I loved her in West Side Story. Actually, like that was the first thing I saw her, and I thought she was great. And I thought her singing was good. And I thought her performance was good. Like, you know, there's a lot of things in the writing that's not really her fault, right? That like maybe I didn't like as much, but I think she did fine. Not great, but fine. I loved, and I'm not even lying, I legitimately loved the Hi-Ho musical number. It's the only thing in this movie that felt like classic Disney to me.
Yeah.
I probably looked like a dork. I think I was like smiling, like watching it. I'm like, this is what I remember seeing in Disney films. I love the new song. I love the added lyrics that they did to it. I really think it worked great. Whistle While You Work, it was fine. That's not a great, it's an okay song. It's memorable, but that Hi-Ho, fantastic. And the crazy thing is, like, up to that point, I didn't hate the movie. Everything I didn't like happened after that. So to that point, I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe. And then it fumbled. Gal Gadot. Okay, let's get to the negatives. You're right. Gal Gadot, absolutely horrible. She does not have the charisma needed to play an evil queen. She's gorgeous. I think she looked the part when she's like standing there with the costume and the crown and right on. Totally get it. Soon as she talks, out. Yeah. Soon as she sings, way out. I almost got up and left. I was like, I can't listen to this. Yeah. It's bad.
That singing number with everybody around her doing those weird dance moves. I'm like, what the heck?
And you could tell when they bring in the substitute singer to like hit the one high note, and then like the rest of the time it's her and it's terrible. So I did not like her at all. I agree with you. All the rest of the cast. First of all, you have a little person playing one of the bandits. Why could you not just hire 6 more and have them play the dwarves? I don't understand. It's very weird to me. Right. I don't think it should be controversial to hire little people to play dwarves. These are iconic roles. I guarantee you that those actors would have loved to play these roles. Yeah. In the history of films, is like 100-year-old movie almost. Everyone knows Sleepy and Dopey and Doc, and like there's no reason to do them CGI. They looked horrifying. They have giant heads and little bodies, and they looked scary. You could tell they were added later because they looked like they were like 90% finished CGI, not like 100% flawless CGI. Yeah. And I know they did a lot of reshoots on this, and that's my main problem is that it feels choppy. You're introduced to these bandits. You don't even know their name. I don't know any of their names. 5 of them don't talk. They don't even have lines. They show up. Then they leave. Then they go back to the dwarves. And then all of a sudden they show up again at the end. And I'm like, what? You could tell that they were supposed to be a focal point. And then they're like, you know what? People are complaining. Let's add the dwarves. And then they CGI'd them in. And somehow they got the best scene in the movie. So go figure. I mean, it's kind of weird. I didn't love it. Again, I don't love the original. I don't think this is a good adaptation of the original. For me, it feels very samey of a lot of what Disney's doing now with their live action movies. In an effort to like kind of change them a little bit from the classics, they're all starting to now become the same movie like over and over and over again. So I don't know. I gave it a 2 out of 5. It wasn't a 1 for me. I didn't think it was like the gutter trash garbage juice, but it had moments. It did have moments where I was like, okay, this is pretty good. And then there was a lot of stuff where I was just like, this doesn't make any sense. And these people can't sing, except Rachel Zegler. She was pretty good. But so that's my 2 cents on it.
All right, Steve, what do you think?
Wow. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it as much as you did.
4 out of 5.
but yeah, Gal Gadot, like I said, she is very attractive, but I don't know. She can never shake that accent, though. It's like it is very distracting to hear her accent. But I thought she was scary in the movie, but I didn't like hearing her sing. And Rachel Zegler, like I don't have any issues with her. Honestly, it's like some people were just hate her just because of stuff she said before the movie was almost released. That she was kind of controversial, but personally,
she
I don't
hates
have a
the original Snow White, so that's
yeah. I
kind of a
understand that.
bummer.
I mean, she's a younger person, and she's going to have her opinions, and maybe she shouldn't speak her mind as much as maybe she'd be more politically correct, and not say everything that she wants to say, and just understand that the things that she says are going to upset people. But the dwarfs, I thought they did look kind of strange. The CGI, it took a while to kind of adjust to that a little bit. The way that I thought that, I guess that's what they're going with here. It just didn't look right to me. But like I said, I read after seeing the movie that they did kind of reshoots to the movie, so I guess it kind of makes sense. They try to save the movie, but I had heard some people say that they might just release this on Disney Plus at some point, before it was actually released. They said they should probably just release it, on Disney Plus. But overall, it's a one and done for me. I don't really ever want to watch it again. But I just didn't hate it though. Maybe that's because I have a movie membership, at the Regal. Maybe it's because I didn't spend a lot of money on it, but I just didn't hate it though. But I can understand. Hardly anybody actually
extra for the premium deluxe. That's why you were like,
yeah.
This is fine.
Hardly anybody saw it this past weekend, so I guess it's word of mouth. Maybe just people just thought that we'll just stay away, or maybe they'll just wait till Disney Plus and just check it out later. But I didn't hate it though.
So were you giving it a 3 stars, Steve?
I'd give it like 2.5 out of 5. I mean,
right in the middle.
Yeah, it's not horrible. Like I said, I wouldn't just give it a 2, but I mean it's pretty close to a 2. But yeah, we'll see what Huck thinks of the movie.
4.
Half a star.
5 there.
All right. Well, I'll just come right out and say I gave it 3 stars on my review. And let me tell you why I think I'm going to have a way different opinion than most everybody right now. So I saw both because I wanted to have a really good comparison between the two. And I saw the original afterwards, which is good. So that way I didn't have any sort of preconceived notions. Now, to tee it up a little bit, in the original, I didn't realize it was as long as it was. It was almost 90 minutes long. I thought it was like a 70-something minute movie, but it's nearly 90 minutes long. And what I think the original suffers from is when Snow White is chased and then the one guard fails to kill her. They do mimic that nicely in the film, I thought. Then she's just with the dwarves for an insufferable amount of time. And, it's just, and the antics with them, I personally think they did an absolutely beautiful job pulling back on too much of the dwarves. And by the way, they're never called that. They're called magical creatures, so that you can't say, yes, there's a little person, there's a dwarf in there, but there's these dwarves. Well, they're not dwarves. They're magical creatures. That's how they get around it. Ergo, they're not dwarves. So, okay, whatever. Whatever word you got to use, it's fine. I see where you're coming from, because you have to say that when there's a little person. By the way, that guy, I'm an expert in the crossbow. I freaking love that dude, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's the only one other than the prince who had sort of a thing. The rest
And dialogue.
Yeah, the rest I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah.
But so there's a lot of just in that original cartoon, just so much slowness with the dwarves and stuff like that. Now, switching over to the movie, I kind of loved a lot of the stuff they did to fill the gaps. And I know where Rachel's coming from. It may just be how she said it that came out weird. But when you see this film, I love how at the beginning, now the cartoon, she's already got the stepmom and the queen, and she's already there. There are no parents. What I loved is we saw her as a child. We got to see the king and queen and get sort of, and then of course in classic Disney fashion, and now murder. Let's get rid of it. I almost laughed out loud when one of them died. I'm like, oh, okay, of course, it's a Disney movie. You gotta take them out. But I thought Zegler was really good. I thought they did a good job. She's in the snow, so that's why they call her Snow White. Just so everybody knows. Just here's the. It's not a spoiler. It's just in case you want to know why a non-white girl. Because look, when you watch the original Snow White, yeah, she's white as snow, but she is no way hotter than the Queen, and yet somehow she's called fairest of them all. So to turn it into what's inside you that makes you the fairest of them all. Makes it irrelevant that Rachel Zegler is as white as snow. She's just called Snow White because she was born in a blizzard, which I loved. It was it took 10 seconds to say those lines and we're off. Okay, great. Now we can just let it go and get into the film. And so with the bandits, I kind of like the bandits because the creepy factor in the original cartoon is this psycho Prince shows up like almost horn dogging after the princess. Didn't even know her. It's very like he's gonna like abducted this child is what it feels like, and then he's gone for the entire movie, and then he comes right back at the end to give her a kiss. Like, how are they remotely in love? So this is where I think the film excels, is that you created this thing with the bandits so that Snow White could fall in love. And that's a very key element, is you've got to believe that she has a connection to this person so that when it comes at the, at that time of true love's kiss, it's meaningful, which it was not in the cartoon. But here it had some weight. So I kind of liked that they brought in, you needed the bandits to sort of do that. Right? Because nowadays, the audience, they do need a little something. You can't just go, they're in love. It's sort of like Frozen, Anna finds that guy, and then by the end of their song, she's ready to marry him. Like, oh God, don't do that. But that's what Disney tropes are. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so you guys are right. So when the hi-ho kicks in, man, the ratcheting up, it was almost like they got a choir to sing those notes. And I was like, just hi-ho. When that first thing, it was booming. I was like, like I could just feel the passion in the recording of that song. So I love that. It was by far my favorite song in the thing. The whistle while you work actually works better in this movie than the other, because in the movie, the cartoon, she's getting all the animals to clean the place up. Like the dwarves don't do anything. They don't clean anything. They don't cook. But this time, hey, you dirty ass men, you're going to cook. You're going to clean. You're going to like clean your stuff up. So the whistle while you work becomes a moment between her and the magical creatures, not the animals. So again, a nice, adjustment to the live action to make it meaningful. And now Gal Gadot. I did not have a problem with her at all. And I'll tell you why. Because I enjoyed watching her have fun. There was something about Gal just being pigeonholed as, Fast and Furious and Wonder Woman and all this stuff. And yes, in someone else's hands, like maybe Angelina Jolie or Kate Blanchett or something like that, yes, 100% it would have been better. But she looks the part great. Nate, like you said, when she's in that costume, she is that wicked queen. She looks perfect. And I see what she is. And the singing, it's funny because when I heard the singing as not good as it was, I was kind of going, it's not as bad as I was expecting. I also didn't expect her to sing. So it kind of caught me off guard. But look, if you've seen Pierce Brosnan sing in Mamma Mia, I think you know what bad singing is. I think she was a little better than that. Or
Russell Crowe in Les Mis.
Oh my God.
Absolutely horrible.
So I'll take Gal's thing anytime. And the old crone, maybe you guys know. Okay, so then when she becomes the old crone, right? I couldn't tell if that was CGI or makeup because it was very good to the point where I'm like, oh, did they put Gal in makeup? Because that would be another bonus to her performance. Or is that a completely other actor playing the old version? Mm-hmm. Or is it all CGI? Because it still kind of once in a while sounded like her voice. So
I honestly thought it was CGI, but then there was times where it looked like makeup. Yeah. It was good. That was well done. I would agree.
So
she looked shorter though. They made her,
But she still looked kind of tall. When Snow White came out of the house, she was like a tall old lady. So it could have been her, honestly. Yeah. She had a hunch, but she was still like bigger than her.
So yeah, I guess that's my.
You know what's weird though? Like, okay, to your point, I agree with a lot of your points. Snow White, well, the original one especially, because like you said, she does spend just a ton of time. But that movie's also called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, so they're like part of the story. And this one's just called Snow White, so we'll get rid of the dwarves. But I don't know why they can't say dwarves. Like, there's literally a ride here at Disney called Seven Dwarves Mine Train.
Yeah.
You have it plastered everywhere. You have shirts. You have the old 4Ks, but now cannot say dwarves, and I don't understand. Also, they got a little person to voice one of them. The voice of Grumpy is the little guy from Pirates of the Caribbean, the little bald one. That's him. Great. I'm like, why didn't they just let him play him like live action? Weird. There's just a lot of weird decisions. And the director was Mark Webb, and I like him. I actually think he's talented. So, like, it's not a disaster because he's a talented filmmaker. This is not the worst live action Disney movie.
It looked beautiful.
Yeah, there are scenes that look really, really, really like stunningly good. Really, mostly everything but the dwarves. Like, they look scary, but everything else looks pretty good.
So I'll just button it up with this last thing. So the weird thing about when I saw it is I was next to these two older ladies. I say old ladies, they're probably my age. And then a row of kids behind me. And when I say kids, they're probably like mid-teens, like 13 to 15. And the difference was all of the schmaltzy stuff where she's like, and Steve, whatever the guy's name, when he was going to kill her, he's like, you have a family. And we would go to your orchard and pick. Like sort of like that sentimental stuff. As soon as she would go down, the old ladies would be like, oh God. Like I can hear them moaning. I'm like, oh my God, ladies, you guys are hating it. Whereas the kids, when True Love's Kiss comes, man, I'm telling you, that entire back row bursted into applause. And that got to me. It tells me that's who this is made for. It's not made for us. It's made for that back row of kids who 100% loved that moment. And then I'm not gonna say the ending, but the ending and that when the moments were there for applause from a young audience member, they facilitated that with applause. And that's probably what helped my sort of viewing pleasure was cranky ladies, cool kids,
So I wonder what happened with this movie then, box office wise, because if you have kids, right, teenagers are going, families are going, you would almost think it's close to a 4-quadrant film. At least a lot of people could go see it. What happened with the box office?
My theater was pretty empty. I went Friday afternoon, and it's still spring break down here in Florida. So, like, I figured, okay, there's going to be some kids. They're going to think I'm weird because I came here by myself to watch it for this thing. I was like, let me try to watch it. And I picked a seat over, like, on the side. I was like, oh, my God, I'll sit over here. Nobody, maybe 10 people in my whole theater. I just think, as far as the box, there's too much pre-movie stuff for this to, like, it had to be amazing to kind of break through all that, muck. In my opinion, that's what I think happened. I mean, what did it do worldwide? Like 150 or something, didn't it? I heard somewhere it made like 150 worldwide, but
and
it's
then
not amazing.
Was what 45? I think opening weekend, something like that.
That's not good.
Yeah, and 45, 42.
Yeah. Okay. And
actually,
I know the budget,
only made 86 worldwide. Ugh.
86, even worse. So 86, and the budget, I heard somewhere it's probably over 300 with all the reshoots and the marketing and so I don't know. I think it was the pre-movie stuff, honestly, that people were just like turned off to it before seeing it. They were like, I'm not gonna bother because it's not. There's been worse that have done better. So I think a lot of that stuff had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I know. I was getting comments on my out of theater reaction. Like, why are you supporting this movie? This movie's an abomination.
There you go.
But a lot of people saying that aren't even watching the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I don't appreciate.
It has a 2.1 on IMDb. A 2.1. That's like an insane number. I'm sure people did see it.
Yeah, pretty high up.
Better. Yeah, they review bombed it. So it's like, you're getting a lot of that like before they saw it, before they watched it. Now I saw it and didn't love it, but at least I saw it. Like they're not even watching it and being like 0 out of 10. So It's not right.
That's what Rotten
Yeah.
Tomatoes does nowadays too. Like I hardly ever ever check the Rotten Tomatoes before I see a movie. I'll check it after I see it to see if what they thought was similar to what I thought, because I don't want to be. I try to avoid YouTube, reviews and stuff like that. Anybody who wants to put anything before the movie, they get to see it 2 weeks before, and I try to avoid all that before I ever check the movie out, because I don't want to have anybody kind of influence the way what I think about a movie, because I only care what I think about it, and maybe after I see the movie, I'll kind of check it out and see if it matches. But yeah, I think that stuff just kills movies nowadays. If people just hate a movie, they'll just trash it, and nobody will go see it. And I think it's too bad. And
even the critics didn't love it, though. I think it was like at a 45% when I went to watch it.
Right.
So like at 50-50 at best, we'll call it, within a 5-point margin. It's split. And I think even the positive ones are similar to, it wasn't that bad. They're not like ringing in. It's not like, this is great.
Yeah.
See it. It's more like, it could have been worse. 3 out of 5. And then it counts as a positive review. So, it's more in the middle. I feel like it's pretty mid.
It's mid.
Honestly.
That's the best way to say that right there. All right, let's get into our round 4, Disney Reign and Redemption. I mean, so many ways we can go with this one. I will, just as a displayable item here, what pisses me off about Disney, you guys remember this amazing 100-year Iron Man steelbook. Like, this shows the care that Disney put into their 100-year anniversary. Look at this beautiful artwork right there. Like, look at this. It's amazingness right there. Yeah. Man, they had like the worst 100-year anniversary ever, and we were expecting the best from them. I mean, come on. Like, literally, they shut down their Disney Movie Club. They shut down Disney Movie Insiders. They gave us these cheap 100-year steelbooks with terrible artwork. It's like, did they purposely want to turn away fans and purposely give us the bare minimum and just try to destroy their own fandom? Like, I don't get it. Like, why can't you have Disney Movie Insiders still? Why? Like, why'd you take that away? Just when I sign up for Disney Movie Club, they take that away. I was getting excited. I'm like, oh, and I thought I had more time. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll get a couple movies every few months. There was no more time. No more time left. So that's what pisses me off about Disney. And then also having the streaming platforms where it's like you have Hulu and Disney Plus, but now they're all mixed together. So I'm seeing Disney stuff on Hulu and Hulu stuff on Disney. I don't get the difference anymore. It hurts my brain. And then everything comes out to there pretty quickly anyway. It's I don't know. Disney just makes me mad. Now, I will give a good point, though. I will give them some redemption. When they decide not to do their own work and they license it out, they say like a Mondo can do a really nice steelbook. So I think the message is simple. Disney, let some boutique label do good work on your movies, release those, because you just can't do it by yourself. And don't give it to Sony. Sony messed it up pretty quickly, too.
Yeah.
So there you go. Criterion. See Criterion.
Classic.
That's what I'm talking about. Get some of these classics out there with really good treatment. Yeah, that's what I'm for right now. Disney, give all your back catalog stuff to boutique labels, because it ain't working with you. It ain't working with Sony. Sony's just like, oh, now we're going to make everything expensive to match the Disney price point. Now we got these $80 steelbooks. Crazy. And people buy this stuff.
They buy it.
People buy it.
I got into a conversation with my friend, and I was like, well, don't buy that. It's like, I'm going to buy it anyway. I'm like, well, then I'm never going to get it for a reasonable price because you just want to buy it just to make sure you buy it. And it's great. Well, that's on the consumer. I can't. Yeah. You can blame them for making it that price, but you can also blame people for continuing to pay it.
That's true.
Why would
now,
they make
I
it lower?
did get some steelbooks cheaper. I waited, though. I got the Deadpool and Wolverine one cheaper when it was a buy two, get a third free from Amazon. I did the same thing with Alien Romulus. So I was able to save on one steelbook completely, how I matched the prices. So there's ways to do it, but just the offensive starting off price points where it's like, really? Really? But then like you said, I get disappointed in the customers too because they buy it.
They sell out. You can't even get anymore. It's crazy.
So Nate, what do you think? Do you have
listen,
any rare?
I've been sitting here waiting this whole time, thinking of like, okay, what can I focus on? Because we could be here all night, and I don't want to do that. I want everybody to get some rest, get some dinner, whatever they got to do. I'll focus on two things that disappoint me most. That I would, first of all, the easy one, Disney, please make some live action movies again. Can you do it? Like, do you have it in you? And I don't mean live action of your animated. I don't mean that. I mean original new live action movies. Huck said it back in the day, 70s, making live action, 80s, 90s, live action, great movies, family movies, funny comedies. Even other stuff like, okay, even if they're using like one of their other labels, let's say they do Fox because they own that, release it through Fox, something like Dick Tracy, something like, things that are a little edgier, but kids, I saw that as a kid and, but it was a little more, Madonna was kind of hot in that movie. So, stuff like that. Can we, as I don't think they have it. I think like John Carter scared them off from ever making another live action movie. And, they just don't do it. And it's like pretty disappointing that at this point, all they make is animated movies, Pixar animated movies, and then remakes of their own animated movies in live action because they're still like 80% CGI. So Mufasa or The Lion King is not a live action movie. It's real dirt with computer characters all over. It's still a cartoon. It's just with a new animation style. So can we please make some, good live action movies?
And they can make them at a good budget, right? That's what I'm thinking. You don't have to spend tons of money. Like Holes, a lot of child actors, right? I'm sure they're not getting 10 million each. Like, get the budget.
And the sets are regular movie sets. They're not CGI. They're not. You could do a $15 to $20 million budget family movie that's not crazy over the top. So every once in a while, I think they've come out with some stuff like Alexander and the Terrible, No Good, Bad Dare. Like that was a Disney movie. It wasn't my cup of tea, but at least they tried. Like they need to try more often is my point. So I think that's very disappointing and upsetting because there's a whole generation of kids who are not going to experience unless you show them the old ones. And some of those are like, if I showed my niece some of them, she'd be like, what are you making me watch? Like this is kind of dated. They need to update it. Give me some more like blank checks. You know what I mean? Like remember Blank Check where that kid gets that check and he buys a mansion and all that stuff. Like that's what I want. Okay. Number 2, and this is for the physical media people. You all should be. Disney has always been the worst physical media company. It's not new. You guys remember the Disney Vault where they would release a movie on VHS and then it was going in the vault. You better buy it or you're never going to get it again until 3 years later. We put it on DVD. Oh, the DVDs come out, regular edition. It's going in the vault. You better buy it. You buy it. Then we got a platinum edition DVD. Oh, shoot. Now it's back out of the vault. Oh, Blu-ray. Diamond edition, signature edition, steelbook. They have been re-releasing the same movies in 18 different versions since the beginning of time. So when people are like, oh, these studios, they're making me double dip. You thank Disney for that. Thank Disney for that. And thank your parents for buying you every version of Monsters, Inc. when it came out in 7 different formats and 7 different lines and 7 different case sizes, skinny, fat, 3-disc, 4-disc, digital copy, no digital copy, steelbook, no steelbook, 4K, Blu-ray, like seriously.
That sounds like my family collection right there. I had like Swan Princess 3 times.
That is Disney. It's always been there. They don't care about physical media in the sense of they used to. I did because they used to put out great work. Tons of special, you guys are talking about those movie club things, no special features. That's not like what used to happen with their releases. There used to be tons of special features on those things. Weird little cartoons. I remember the Little Mermaid DVD came with like an animatronic thing of the ride where you could ride the ride like virtually. I was like, this is so cool. So they hate physical media collectors. I've always been convinced of that because they want you to buy the same movie 15 times. And that movie club, I hate it. There's so many movies that only came out in that I couldn't get because I didn't want to join a club. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Jungle to Jungle. And I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to pay aftermarket either. So guess what? I bought them digitally because I'm like, I want to watch these, but I'm not going to spend. Just release those normal. Why? It's like it's like they're allergic to money in some ways, and in other ways they just want all your money. It's really weird. I don't know, like, I don't understand. It's because they probably want you to sign up for Disney Plus. So we're not going to release these movies. Get Disney Plus. That being said, at this point, I'm almost only a fan of the parks, like at the current moment, because of that. Like the classics, I have them. The ones I love the most, I already have them, and they're in 4K for the most part. I don't have to buy them again. I won't buy them again. But yeah, they hate collectors. They always have. Or if they don't hate you, they want to milk you dry. Oh, that's always been their MO. The vault. The mysterious vault where you'll never get it again, but you got it again 11 times. So that's my rant. They've been doing that. So it's not new. So I don't know. Double dip people, blame Disney. They're the originators of it.
All right, Huck, have they been milking you?
Woo! I mean, between you and Nate, what's left to say?
You got it. You got something in there. I know it.
Look, I'm with you guys in the fact that what I dislike the most are their price points. That they have no love to the collector when it comes to the immediate release price. It's way, and look, I've come to I sat down with myself and I said, what's up? You gonna pay that? I said, hell no. And I don't have a problem with that. Like, if I don't have that movie in my collection, I'm cool. Like Nate, like you're saying, a lot of those Disney Club exclusives, I really wanted Mighty Joe Young because it's got Bill Paxton in it. Yeah. And when it was closing, I couldn't get it because it was one of the first ones to sell out. So now it's like an $80 thing off market. And I'm like, I don't want it that bad. Because guess what? It's on Disney Plus. So if I want to go see it again, I'll just watch it one more time on the and then that'll be when I watch it, and I won't own it. I can't give Disney more money because they decided to do all this, all the stuff that you guys are talking about, like our club, and it's exclusive. So you got to join us or you'll never get this movie. Or if it is normal, we're going to put it in the vault. All these things about just trying to milk you. So, and Mike, you covered this great with your videos, but like Deadpool and Wolverine, those steelbooks coming out at those prices, it wasn't even a thought in my mind. Am I going to pick those up? I'm like, absolutely not. Yep. Absolutely. I mean, luckily, because I knew that the 4K was also just a normal slipcover. I'm like, I will get that.
Same.
And that's what I got. So, yeah, I wish they would do. So they spend all these hundreds of millions on these remakes and these animated things and these Pixar. Yet, if they could just take the budget and make like 10 of these movies. Like, look, like sometimes these little movies crack through, sneak through the cracks and they become mega hits. Mm-hmm. And when that happens, when you get an Austin Powers or something, then you make a fortune because this didn't cost a lot. But now with Snow White, your budget was so big, you're probably not going to see a profit on that.
No.
Probably not going to see a profit. So, yeah, I'm with you guys. I want to see lower prices, which ain't going to happen. So I'm not going to have FOMO, not picking up their movies. And I want smaller, funny movies. Let's get some comedies back. Let's just bring back that portion. Bring back your Hollywood studios and your Touchstone and your Buena Vista type movies. That's what I'd like to see. But I think they have left that in the past. I think that is long gone. And we're not going to see that happen. So.
And I just want people to know, if you live like in the middle of the country, do not think the parks are any different because I said I love the parks. The prices get raised every like 3 months and the place is packed. It doesn't matter. The same thing with the people buying the Deadpool. They're like, man, the Disney tickets are like $200 for one day. But guess what? That place is absolutely packed every day. They pay the $20 for a popcorn. They pay the problem is the people. They will not go. They will spend. And so Disney's like, well, why would I lower the price if we're packed every day, sold out of tickets? And I get that as a business model, but I hate it. But I don't think Walt Disney would want to do it.
No, he wouldn't, because I think the difference with that is when the prices were more manageable, I would go more often. Right. I have not been in probably 10. I live here, and I haven't been in probably 15 years. I went when my kid was young. She's 17. Maybe she was 5. So that's been like almost 10.
12 years. Yeah. I mean, I bought an annual pass because that's the only way I could afford to go because it's cheaper. Because I go like 2 times, I equaled out,
Yeah, but now it doesn't pay off in 2 now. You have to go like almost 4 or 5 to make that worthwhile.
It's
Right?
it's pretty, and then it's packed. So then you like don't want to go. It's like, oh my god, there's gonna be a million people there. Forget it. And it's hot down here like every day, so it's miserable. I still love it, but it's miserable. But I'm a sucker for a good theme park.
How about you, Steve?
All right, so my biggest problem with Disney is when they purchase Star Wars and Lucasfilm, you know, what they did with that. I mean, I actually really liked The Force Awakens. I thought that was a good one. But then they did like the Rise of Skywalker and you know, The Last Jedi, some of that stuff, you know. And then, you know, Solo, you know, Solo was kind of a mess. But there's some things I really like about this. Ron Howard had to reshoot most of this movie. And they kind of made it work, but I think it still lost a lot of money, or it never broke even.
Yeah.
I think Ron Howard says it's probably the most profitable movie that he's ever made, though, which is really surprising. And I like the actor that played the young Han Solo in this. So he was in Oppenheimer.
I actually like Solo.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty good.
and this past Saturday, just a positive thing. In 2021, this past Saturday, I was at my mom and stepdad's house, and they have cable, and they were actually showing Cruella. I actually like this movie a lot with Emma Stone and Emma Thompson. It's got Paul Walter Hauser, the guy that plays in Cobra Kai. That guy, he has a British accent in the movie. So there's some things that I do like about them. I like the packaging of this, the red box, everything. And like I said,
This is a reverse rant.
Yeah.
I love this movie.
He's doing the redemption part. You gotta have the
There's some
redemption.
bad, goods and bads.
Okay.
The bad is Star Wars. And I think with Marvel, it's like I like a lot of stuff they've done with Marvel, but they've made a lot of really bad movies, really mediocre movies. What is it, 35 Marvel movies now or something like that? Some of that's with Sony too, but just some of the stuff they've done with Marvel, it's hit or miss. It, I like I Deadpool, Wolverine a lot, but so many of their Marvel movies are just forgettable, like the Marvels and
That was the last one we talked about, Captain America. I
Captain
already forgot
America,
what happened in that
Brave New
movie. Yeah, it was,
Harrison
there was a Red
Ford.
Hulk in there. He got mad.
That was not.
Quantum. I don't remember Quantumania at all. I don't remember anything that happened in that movie.
So MODOK, yeah, with me, it's mostly with it's a hit or miss thing. It's like I love what they did with Marvel, and I hate what they did with Marvel, and same thing with Star Wars. I like the Star Wars TV shows a lot more than I do the movies. I'm not really looking forward to them bringing out another movie in the theaters. But I like the first couple seasons of Mandalorian. Andor was pretty good. I didn't like Book of Boba Fett very much, and nothing like that. They just keep cranking them out there and see if people will watch them. And it's like they've kind of milked it too much with Disney and Star Wars now. It's all a money thing with them, and it's not quality. It's just like, let's just get it out there and see what people will like. So that's what I.
It's content now.
Right, it's content. Yeah,
Easy.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, we have a creative vision of something we want to tell. It's content. That's all it is, and you can tell. Like, it feels that way.
What'd you think of Skeleton Crew?
I haven't seen that yet.
I actually liked it. It's
I
probably
heard that one was pretty good.
I heard it was. Yeah,
It was like a fun. It's like It's like watching like the Goonies version of Star Wars. So if you like that kind of like kid adventure stuff, I was worried about it because I thought it was going to be too kiddie adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be, but Jude Law's in it. He's got a very wicked little character, and I enjoyed it. Like of all the ones, I thought because I was kind of let down by Ahsoka. I thought it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what was the one with the twins?
The Acolyte.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the biggest
so
flop.
much hate for that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had Disney Plus in a while. It's like I'm kind of waiting now for some of the shows to be out, so I can just get it and kind of binge that stuff. Because I pick up Disney Plus all the time, and then I drop it. I'll watch it for a month or two, and then I'll drop it after I get caught up on everything, and pick it up again later. It's like it's not something I'm going to watch very often. So I gotta just binge watch once all the stuff's already out. I can, or maybe halfway through the season, I can watch it and catch up on everything and get rid of it again. So that's what I do with Disney Plus. It's like they've killed physical media now too. It's like they'll just wait for you to pick up Disney Plus, and like they're not. I don't know how much money they're really making on the Disney Plus, but it seems like they would have been better with staying with physical media, but just times are changing a little bit.
But yeah, I'm with you, Steve, right there. Them acquiring all those studios, I think, was one of the worst things that could happen. They just got too many things to try to kind of play around with, and it was just all over the place. And I haven't been able to keep up with all the shows, like all the different Marvel shows and Star Wars shows they do. And then they're trying to do a bunch of movies within a given year. Like, who can keep up with all these different storylines that supposedly tie together, but don't really tie together because they don't ever go back to half of the storylines? I'm like, just restart everything and I don't know, go sell some stuff off. Send Star Wars to somewhere different.
With Kenobi, whatever. Yeah, it's a lot of the continuity that was with the original Star Wars is not there. Like the kind of like Leia meeting Kenobi, like it doesn't make sense with the episode 4. And then somebody mentioned Daredevil Born Again. That's something I do want to check out.
Oh, actually, I will say I've been watching that one. I don't even know how to describe it. When you see it, you will know. It's very it's very time relevant with society right now. I'll leave it at that.
Is it good or was it better when it was on Netflix?
They should rename it Matt Murdock. I'll just put it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, is there Daredevil in this show? I've seen like 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And he's only appeared at the beginning of episode 1.
It's more of a fifth show, I will say. More
so yes, it's a good drama.
Yeah,
but I want to see my Daredevil, and
it's not as good as the Netflix version.
Yeah, if you're looking for superhero action, no. If you're looking for a political thriller, yes.
I'm not, so that's why I'm not.
Well, for you.
Or if I was, I don't want it from them. I would like a different one.
Exactly. Like I'll go watch Reacher instead.
Yes, exactly.
Reacher's.
I did like see Charlie Cox he was in Spider-Man No Way Home. Love that cameo in that movie.
Did nothing with that, by the way. Never going to be in another movie again. He just showed up to be a lawyer for him, and then back to the show.
All right. Well, that leads us to Disney's future. So let's talk some amazing announcements and rumors and all this fun stuff. So let's see what we got here first.
Take it away.
Tombstone, the 4K Steelbook.
Oh, God.
Are you guys excited for this? I will say I am not. Huck,
you are the regular version, not the
Steelbook. I am totally fine with my Blu-ray. I like the movie, but if they're going to put that out and pull that BS with the prices, I'd give a rat's ass to upgrade to 4K, especially when I hear that there's no new features. If it's just all the same stuff or nothing, then you're giving me nothing but a really nice looking Steelbook. Yes, that's pretty, but no. I mean, it's got to be. I mean, I have to hear exceptional things like the transfer is to die for. But even then, I'm not paying $50, $60 for Tombstone. I don't watch it enough to warrant that much money. What about you, Mike? You're yes or you're no?
I'm actually no. I'm not a fan of the movie. Like, if I was a fan of the movie, I would be excited. I'm not a Western person. Besides, I mean, the greatest Western of all time. But other Westerns.
They got holes in it.
Thanks.
I don't know. I didn't really care for it when I saw it. It wasn't really my thing. I like the cast though. Like Val Kilmer is really cool. The cast is really good. But
I'm a Huckleberry.
I'm interested in the regular. I'm not buying that Steelbook. First of all, I don't really like to buy Steelbooks too much anymore anyway. But it's gonna be $55 or something crazy. It looks okay. Like the artwork's fine, but I will look at the regular one, and if it's not 40, I'll at least consider it. The only thing that sucks is like it's a 4K disc. It doesn't even include like the other version, like that extended cutter. It's just a regular.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's just a theatrical version, and that's it. I'm like,
I have that one already.
And the Blu-ray looks good. Like it's not even like this Blu-ray sucks. This 4K is going to be great. So it depends on the price of the regular edition if I'm going to get that or not. I'll just say that much.
And I don't know if they're going to have a regular edition because I know what Disney's doing now. It seems like they're doing a lot of their 4Ks just Steelbook exclusives. Like if you wanted Moana 2 on 4K, you had to get the 4K Steelbook. So I think it's a new strategy they're doing is like 4K Steelbook stateside. I think there's a regular edition overseas, But
I think Dawn of the Disc on Instagram put out that there's a regular, like put out the
Big
art in a
time?
regular version.
oh,
Yeah.
you see, I thought that was artwork for an overseas one, but maybe
No, I think it's
It
standard,
was
but
a
no
big size,
slipcover,
okay.
nothing for the slipcover lovers. It looks like it's like just a regular case. So,
There you go.
which I'm cool with. I don't care. But not if it's $40, then I care.
Oh yeah.
Well, back to Tombstone though. Like I bought that used Blu-ray. Everyone complained about the color, how dark it looked, and I agreed when I first saw it. Like, and then on my Sony TV, I was able to put the vivid setting on where it makes it much brighter, and it looked okay that way. But I noticed that like the DVD had before it had the director's commentary on it, which is like he has a really strong accent in the movie, and on the Blu-ray it doesn't have that on there. So I don't know if the 4K is going to have it.
I heard the DVD is the best version. I have a friend
Really?
who's like obsessed with
yeah.
his like Vista version, something. I don't know. It has like multiple versions. It has, and he will never upgrade because he's like, they don't have any of these on the Blu-ray. So I'll just keep the DVD.
Well, the packaging looked really great on it on the DVD. I got rid of it when I bought the Blu-ray. Like I'm not going to keep double dip, but I would probably, like I said, I just found it used on Blu-ray just like a month ago, and then now so I say I tell people you can thank me for buying that because as soon as I buy anything on Blu-ray, it's going to immediately get a 4K release. So I'm not a big Steelbook fan either. Like, but so I might wait a little while to see if it comes out on just a standard Blu-ray or 4K, standard on a standard box. Just wait and pick it up then. But I definitely want to upgrade it though. So at some point this year.
All right. Well, if you guys were kind of iffy on Tombstone, I don't know how you feel about the rumor of Pretty Woman to 4K.
Actually, I'm way more interested in that.
Same.
All right.
I
Appreciate
love
it.
that movie. I think it's great, but again, if it's outlandish Disney prices, I've been holding off on the Blu-ray. I kind of forgot that Disney was connected to this. Damn it! I thought for some reason it was, someone else was going to put it out, but I don't know. I love the movie, and I've avoided getting the Blu-ray just in case this ever came out. So
Probably my favorite rom-com, honestly. I like that movie a lot, and I actually like it better. I saw that when I was too young, and then I saw it as an adult, and I liked it more.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is really good. I would get this over. This is gonna sound crazy too, but I'm with Huck. I will get this over Tombstone. Only because of the price point, and I don't own it. Like I don't even have it. Like Blu-ray, DVD, nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in Pretty Woman. It's a great film. It really is. It's great. Who
Gary
doesn't love Julia Roberts in the 90s?
She's
Amazing.
fetching in
Yeah,
this.
she's odd.
She's luminous.
And
It looks like
Jason
4K
Alexander.
only. There's no Blu-ray, just a 4K. But...
Oh,
I don't need the Blu-ray. I'm never going to put it
This
in.
is just a mock-up, Steve. This is
come on!
official
Oh, it's
art.
just visual code right there.
No, this is just.
I don't need a Blu-ray of a movie I have on 4K. I'm never going to watch that. Why would I put that in? Never.
Unless there was bonus features on the Blu-ray, not the 4K. But I'm way more interested in this one than Tombstone.
Man, my mock-up was good though. It fooled Steve.
Steve.
I thought it was that looks good. Good mock-up.
See, Disney, you hired me as a designer for your 4K. There we go.
Look at that.
You're hired, sir.
All right. Well, our next story here, which I don't know if I'm the only person excited. Well, I'm not gonna say excited, but at least curious on this one. Holes is getting a TV series to Disney Plus. Woo!
Yeah, since we haven't seen it, we're not keto.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be as great as this. There's nowhere near it could get to this level. But I am kind of interested to see, I mean, how do they put it in a TV series? Once you guys see the movie, you guys let me know if you think it would work as a TV series. I don't know what the heck they're going to do with a TV series. Maybe you know what they could do? Like different side stories each episode for one of the characters. Like Lost, where they do a background story.
Yeah.
That maybe work.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be interesting. But yeah, they're putting everything to TV shows now too. With movies are now going TV shows, Disney Plus. Why not?
I can't think of a single movie that I love that I want to see a TV version of. Not one. I like, and which one is great? Which movie that was good? Well, first let's say movie that was good, because they might be able to take a bad movie and make it into a good show. But which one is a great movie and then the show's great?
The first Reacher.
Okay, Reacher. Okay, I've heard Reacher was good.
And I think the TV show is better than the first movie. The second movie, I think Tom Cruise phoned it in. but
Yeah.
the first one was excellent.
I like the first Reacher.
But
And
yeah,
the
it's
show's
very
better.
small.
Okay.
But what you're saying, it's a very small window. Like Jack Ryan was a good series.
But the thing with Reacher, why it works is because isn't it like multiple books?
Yes, yeah. Each season is a book.
Right. So that works. Like Holes is one book. I read it. It's one book, and they made it into one movie, and now it's going to be a show with many episodes. So I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, Mike. So you're going to have to tell us because I will see it, but I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited for you guys to like see this. I feel like I'm hyped it up too much now.
Me all the time. You haven't seen Holes? You gotta watch Holes. I'm like, I will.
So dang good. Oh my god,
dude! I got the same thing. I also didn't see. The reason I brought up Sandlot is I've never seen that until last year. And Best Buy had it for like $6, and I'm like, okay, time to get it. And when I watched it, I really loved it. And I finally got to put into context, you're killing me, Smalls. I had no context. Everyone was saying that. I'm like, what is that? And dude, when it happened in the movie, I just lost it. It was so funny. So yeah, I'm hoping that Holes, Mike, because you've built Holes up like everyone's built Sandlot up.
Like when you watch it, you got to let me know if you find a flaw in the movie because everything from music to casting, to acting, to cinematography, like these Western landscapes, like everything. When I look at my checklist, I'm like, good. Like it doesn't miss.
I'm gonna be like, I didn't like the Holes.
No, even the holes are
like
great.
everything with the damn holes.
The holes are great. Within the story,
the Andrew Davis masterpiece. Holes, his best movie he ever, better than The Fugitive, his best movie.
Oh yeah, way better. Oh my gosh, give me Holes every day.
All right, this is high praise. I feel like
Holes. I'm a Holes fan.
Andrew
Davis. I've loved it growing up. So
okay,
all right.
Oh, that's fair.
So somebody mentioned MASH as far as the TV show being as good as at least as good as the movie.
Oh yeah, that was a good. That was like a long running show.
That was a good show. Yeah.
So too.
So the movie that's supposed to save Disney box office this year, Lilo and Stitch. Is it gonna do it? I saw the trailer and I actually thought it looked pretty good. Kind of looks like a good family movie. So did you guys
lie? This one got the chance to do it. I think.
Yep.
This one.
I saw the trailer this weekend. Yeah.
There's no. I've not seen anyone be like, I hate this. I have had people reach out to me and be like, when you go see this, let me know. I want to go watch it. People like that are my friends, but that I don't go to the movies with are like, I would like to see that when you go watch it. And I'm like, well, all right, we'll go. I think it has the best opportunity to be a big hit of their slate this year because Stitch is so popular. That's very, very, very popular with a certain age demographic, this movie. Like if you're almost like a kid to like 30, this is like primo movie for you. It's a 2000s animated movie. Also, I think it works because most of the characters in that movie are humans, and then except Stitch, who's an alien. So it I think it might translate best out of all their movies. I think it's going to do good. I do. I don't think, and it doesn't have the controversy. It doesn't have anyone, out there saying stuff that's turning people off. The little girl's cute. The trailer's cute. I actually think it looks kind of good.
Yeah. And the advertising is fantastic. They had that Super Bowl ad, little Stitch running onto the field and stuff. And then all these posters of different iconic Disney moments with Stitch in it. I'm like, that's brilliant. That is great advertising.
That's a little thing from Moana, right?
Yeah, the little coconut guy. Yeah.
And they have one with him eating the lamp from Aladdin.
Yep. They have a Lion King one. Him being held up,
He's eating the apple from the new Snow White. They have one where he's like, so like it's genius actually. I think it's gonna do good.
Yeah. Summer movie right there, end of May. What do you guys think, Huck? I don't know. You don't look as excited.
Well, I don't really. I mean, no. I think it's going to be fun. I think when I go see it, like the Moana's, like I didn't see that originally. Like my daughter told me, you've got to see this movie, and then I loved it. I thought the first Moana was fantastic, and then I had a good time with the second one. This one I don't have really any connection to at all. I've seen it. Has no lasting impression, but I think it's going to be. I think you're absolutely right, though. It's going to do great. I think regardless of my lack of connection to it, I know that people have a massive connection to it. And I think it's going to do stupendous. Although Dave did point out, I was just about to say that if it comes out the same day as Mission Impossible, I think it's going to hurt the box office for both movies. I think that sucks. I wish one of them would move off of that day.
I think Lilo and Stitch is going to destroy Mission
Who's
Impossible.
in charge at Paramount? They did that with the last Mission Impossible. Where
I don't think Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible had 1 week before Indiana Jones and something else came out.
It took all the IMAX screens from it.
Yeah, and it never bounced back. And personally, I will go see Mission Impossible before I go see Lilo and Stitch. But
yeah,
just because I love that franchise, and if this is the last one, I have way more excitement to see how that winds up. Because I like Dead Reckoning Part 1. I thought it was good.
I did too.
That was a little long, but man, had some great action set pieces.
They need to fire their schedule.
Away everything in the trailers.
I'll go see Mission Impossible twice.
At least the trailers for this one doesn't look like it's teeing and giving away the big stunt.
Yeah.
Like the first one, that stunt off the cliff was just, I mean, there were YouTube videos just playing it and how they made it and how they did that. When it happens in the movie, there was no excitement.
Right.
Like other than, oh, here comes that stunt. So hopefully we haven't seen the big stunt in the trailer. It doesn't, other than hanging from airplanes, that doesn't feel to me like that's the big stunt. I feel like maybe they're finally saving a big stunt. So,
all right, Steve, how do you feel about some Lilo and Stitch?
Well, I'll go check it out, but I would check out Mission Impossible twice in the same weekend.
Let's go, Steve.
Stitch next weekend. I mean, I'm sure it'll still be out. That one will be out there in a while. And I love the franchise of Mission Impossible, and it's possible that it may be the last one. I think Tom Cruise almost kills himself trying to entertain people, and so I've got to support that. I mean, I love that whole story, and like I said, the franchise. So it's as far as, I mean, are we talking about? You're going to bring up some other movies that are getting released, because I've got some Marvel movies and stuff like that I'm looking forward to this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, call them out. What are we looking forward to? We got Thunderbolts,
and Fantastic Four, Tron Ares. I guess more adult stuff, but I'll check out anything in the theater though. It's like if it's out, I've got these memberships, and I'll check out anything. But I think Lilo and Stitch will be out the following weekend. Mission Impossible may not be out there as long unless it gets really good word of mouth. It probably will. I think it. Just be the conclusion to that story, and possibly Tom Cruise last time playing that character, that might bring people to go see Mission Impossible. But Final Reckoning, I'm interested in seeing how that the villain and the big machine they have in the movie, how that gets resolved. I want to check that out.
I think Lilo and Stitch makes the most money out of all of those movies. I think it's going to make more than all those Marvel movies.
I think it has the most potential to be $1 billion movie.
I think so. I think it's going to do better than Fantastic Four as well.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Well,
here it is. I found it. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning came out in July, and the very next week was Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Oh,
so whoever's in charge of the scheduling at Paramount, fire them. They're screwing you over. Lilo and Stitch will demolish Mission Impossible, and I will like Mission Impossible better. I already know it. I love that franchise. With you guys, I'm gonna see that first. But it's a family movie that is like women and children are all gonna go see Lilo and Stitch, and then the guys will go see Mission Impossible. But then they'll also be forced to go watch Lilo and Stitch again.
Exactly. Those families will go see Lilo and Stitch multiple times, whereas the guys will probably just watch, unless it's as good as Top Gun Maverick.
True.
They'll go see it multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Wicked. You get the moms and daughters and the kids and stuff. They'll check out Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
First, because it's more of a kids movie.
I'm more excited for Mission Impossible though. It looks awesome. I can't wait.
All right. Well, I think we covered a lot of Disney tonight. Once again, audience, if you haven't yet, smash that like, subscribe, notification bell, all that great stuff. I'm going to go around real quick, though. Everybody can say where the audience can find you, if you got any upcoming projects, all that fun stuff. So, Huck, you got a morning mug tomorrow, yes?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Mike. This was a lot of fun. And fellas, always a pleasure. Hux Pop Culture Cafe. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Tomorrow morning, I got my morning mug where we'll be talking about Snow White and all this stuff again tomorrow. We got box office new releases on Blu-ray and 4K and some entertainment news. Also, y'all, I will be promoting this. I was just interviewed by a podcaster who's doing an entire run of the PM Entertainment movies. You guys have heard of Full Moon and Corman and all that. PM Entertainment did all the low-budget action movies back in the 90s. And that's what Steel Frontier was, the movie that I was in. And so he interviewed me for a special Steel Frontier episode along with the two directors, and that's come out just a couple days ago. So I'll leave links and promote the heck out of that. It's really good. I just listened to it today. Super fun. That's what we got going on. And of course, all the movie reviews when I come out on the weekend, check them out. 52-week movie challenge. Jump on board and join the fun.
How about you, Steve?
Watch Holes.
Watch out. Yeah, so the Friday I'm going to do my Criterion flash sale pickups. Since the 4 movies I picked up in the flash sale. You can check me out on Instagram and at Letterboxd under Accessory Movie Reviews and YouTube as well. So yeah, it's I do a lot of. Most recently did a James Bond ranking, and I've got a lot of positive feedback on that. So that's one of my favorite franchises. I said I was going to do it last week, and that's when I finally got out there. I worked really hard in that video, probably too hard. This Criterion Hall video will probably be not as fancy, but a little bit shorter. So it's fun. I picked up some good movies, I think.
All right, Nate.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram, Netflix movie reviews. No, Netflix review.
Help me get one more.
There it is. Yeah, I don't even remember my I think it's Netflix reviews on Instagram.
Just put the link below.
I rarely tell people to follow me. Yeah.
Help me get one more.
There it is. Geeks and Flicks is the YouTube channel. I'm back to do it. I took a couple weeks off. I was a little bit burnt out. So I went on vacation. I came back, did a review for Snow White, of course. I'll be doing out of the theater reviews moving forward every single week, back to normal. So this coming Friday, it will be what's the big movie that's coming out? The Working Man with Jason Statham. I'll be reviewing that. Yes. And then of course we have a live stream this Sunday night ranking the Scary Movie franchise, all 5 movies. We'll have a special guest, our buddy Tony Movie Chappie, his name is, here on YouTube. So Tony will be coming on to talk movies with us. Action Movie Guys is the podcast where we review action movies only. So you can check us out there everywhere. Spotify, Apple Podcast, all that good stuff.
I want to ask you guys something. Besides Snow White, I saw the Alto Nights. You see the Robert De Niro movie?
I skipped it. I heard it was boring.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it. It was a little bit low budget, and Robert De Niro plays 2 characters in the movie. Probably should have checked out Locked. There's one with Anthony Hopkins and Bill Skarsgård. I should have checked it out.
You all should see The Assessment. It is fantastic. I don't know if it's playing everywhere. It is. I saw that after Snow White, and it was the best movie I saw this weekend, hands down. Alicia Vikander, Elizabeth Olsen, what's that guy's name? Himesh Patel, the guy from Yesterday. He's in it. Sci-fi movie, but small scale, dialogue driven. Pissed me off in the best. Like, I was so on edge the whole movie because it stressed me out.
Oh, are you talking about Ash?
No, The Assessment.
Okay, because I saw Ash too. A low budget movie. I'm like, saw Ash.
I saw Ash. I saw them back to back, and I liked The Assessment better. But go see that. I highly recommend it. I don't hear anybody really talk. My theater, I was the only one in there, so I'm figuring not a lot of people are seeing it. But it was very good. Very good.
All right, and then for my channel, of course, once again, a couple videos you got to check out if you want to know what's coming out tomorrow for Blu-ray Tuesday. Go ahead and check out the video that posted today. Look at this. Look at this amazing thumbnail. What do you guys think?
Fantastic.
Nailed it.
I know, right? Okay, and then, of course, you guys want to save money on physical media, right? I hear people always complain, physical media prices too expensive these days. But not everybody's watching the Amazon deal videos. So if you're going to complain, you got to check out the sales. save yourself some money on your collecting journey. I mean, it only makes sense to me, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mike, do you mention in there, and because this is for you guys and people watching, the Amazon's not only has good prices, but they're doing the buy 3 for the price of 2 right
Yep.
now.
I definitely swooped in on that. Got some Scream Factory titles, and ooh,
Amazon's real slick. Every time someone else does a sale, they just
Yeah.
match it.
Right? It's great.
Barnes and Noble 50% off Paramount. Us too.
Done.
Target, buy 2 for 3. Whatever. Us too. We're doing that too. Yep.
They need your money.
That's okay. I give it to them.
They're rich like Disney. Yeah.
all right. Well, that's it from us, guys. All our channel links in the description below. Once again, go ahead and show some love to these guys out there. Go visit their channel, and more importantly, watch the content. Click on the video, watch it all the way through. Don't be trying to fast forward it now. I want that playtime, okay? Watch it through, enjoy it, and just have a good time talking the movies, all right? So have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
What? What are you thinking? I mean, thank you. I'll come again.